Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Hey there! We're hitting our mid-season stride. As some of our area's best teams begin to establish their identities, thank you so much for joining us for week number 5 of Friday Night Lights. I'm Alex Cheney.
And I'm Rob Fram. We begin our action-packed episode with one of those marquee matchups we've been circling on our calendar before the season even began. The epic renewal of the interstate battle between the Cibola Raiders and the Brawley Wildcats.
Big game indeed. Both teams came off dismantling their respective opponents from last week. Cibola with their balanced offensive attack and Brawley with their triple option ground and pound approach. So how would this one play out? There's a lot to settle tonight in our marquee matchup between the Cibola Raiders and Brawley Wildcats as the Wildcats take the field against one of the Gila Valley's best. The captains would shake hands, and then it was on. Cibola's first drive, Curtis Wolf is going to drop back and find Gabriel Claudio with no one in front of him.
Wow.
Que paso! Brawley's first drive here, AJ Grijalva is going to roll out to find George Mickle on the side. Wouldn't be enough. The drive would stall out for the Cats. Cibola on the ball again, and this time Jesus Romero is going to take this thing and just not go down. Big guy running, looking like a man among boys out there. Next play would set up this one. Curtis Wolf dropping back to Mark Walton.
Wow.
Or Rob Gronkowski, I'm not really sure. Great catch there by Walton. Next possession, Brawley would have something to say about this one. Great stiff arm from Mickle as he goes out of bounds, picks up the first down. AJ Grijalva keeps it on the option keeper, and look at this man go. Picks up a lot of yards, gets run out right at the end. There would be a fumble, but he fumbled out of bounds, so it's all good for the Cats. Goal line here is Grijalva's going to step back and find Blake Zeleny for the touchdown. This will be a back and forth affair all night. Cibola puts up 59 points for the win.
Wow, that's a breathtaker, that's for sure. Tonight's second interstate clash features two teams going in different directions. Alex Guerra and the Yuma Criminals have hit hard times after their stunning road victory to open the season. They have the tall task of trying to land a road upset bomb against offensive juggernaut Southwest, led by the three-headed monster of Youngers, Saikan, and Cordova. We take you out to Southwest High School for the highlights. As you can see, both teams getting ready to mix it up. Yuma with the rock early. Alex Guerra is going to take it out for a sizable gain. This guy has got some skills. Remember, converted wide receiver. Crims forced the punt. Tyler Saikan on the other end. You can see he's going to try to cut it upfield, but pulled down by Ruben Miranda, as you're about to see. Not giving up on the play, a shoestring tackle there. But then Cameron Youngers on the pitch play to Saikan. He's going to cut it back the other way, and that is just sick! He scores the early touch, Eagles up early. But then we're going to see the Yuma Crims respond. Quick line. Isaiah Hoya barrels down the sideline for a long play that goes to the house. The Crims tie it, but Southwest would say, oh yeah? Youngers going with the deep ball to Gio Camarena, who gets the 45-yard touchdown reception. Eagles back on top. Yuma would fight hard early, but the Eagles would put it away and then some, getting the 50-13 wallop. Wow. Well, after tonight's pair of interstate battles, here's where the latest bragging rights tally stands. As of last week, both sides were sitting at 4-4, but now, with Southwest winning tonight and Cibola beating Brawley in a track meet, we're still deadlocked, making it 5-5 apiece. Okay, with that being said, we only have 2 more interstate games left to be played, and it'll all go down the next 2 Friday nights. This will involve Brawley, Gila Ridge, and Southwest. It'll be fun to see how all this pans out.
Now, let's take it easy for a moment and let's digest what we've seen so far tonight, Rob.
I'm just super impressed with how Cibola handled their business on the road. They didn't beat some average team. I mean, the Brawley Wildcats are a premier team in the Imperial Valley League. They either win it or they come close to winning the league title. And Cibola just flat out tore them up on offense. I mean, putting up close to 60 points, Alex,
not easy to do
against one of the best defenses in the area.
It's a good team.
Yeah, absolutely. So what do you take away from this game as well? I mean, you've covered Cibola the last few weeks.
Cibola is just a freight train. I mean, these guys are tough to stop. They'll beat you on the ground with Jesus Romero. They'll go to the air, as we'll see here with Curtis Wolf going over to Mark Walton. These guys are liable to go off at any time on offense or defense. Just some great play by the Raiders all night long.
Absolutely.
And now let's talk about the Southwest Eagles. Really, Rob, who wants to play Southwest right now?
Not me.
They have wins against Cibola, Yuma, and Kofa. The Southwest Eagles, Cameron Younger's a dual threat sort of guy, can really make you pay. Either way you look at it, the Southwest defense is really just barreling down on guys. They win 50-13 last week against Kofa. Another really big win. Southwest looks like one of the most talented teams I think we've covered so far this year.
And you mentioned they beat Cibola, and to me that's the convincer. The fact that you can go to Raider Nation and get a win over there is no easy task. They beat them in a shootout, and we saw what the Raiders did to Brawley tonight.
Absolutely.
So that right there is impressive in its own right. All right, with 2 highlights down, we got 3 more to go, including a gridiron contest featuring 2 Yuma area teams seeking some serious redemption after defeats from last week.
And believe it or not, the defending IVL champs are winless? We'll tell you if the Imperial Tigers are able to secure their first victory of the fall right after this.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on Channel 11.
Now, back to more Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back, everyone. Both the Kofa Kings and the Gila Ridge Hawks took their lumps last week and then some, being on the wrong end of their respective blowouts on the road. Tonight, both teams are hungry for some redemption.
And recent history indicates anything. It doesn't favor Kofa, as the Hawks have beaten them soundly the last 6 years by an average score of, get this, 48-6. But with the exception of last week, we've seen a much different Kofa team.
We certainly have. Kofa has shown a lot of promise in their attack-style defense and their bruising ground game, led by junior running back David Castaneda.
Absolutely.
And he made some noise tonight. All right, could they get their first win against Ridge since 2009? We take you out to Veterans Memorial for the highlights. Both teams supercharged for this one. First Kofa possession, 4th down, and Jonathan Bouzain gets plugged up.
Big fella.
The Hawk defenders get it going. Hawks quarterback Darion Taylor gets a design run that ends with a scrum, but this scrum would continue to go forward. Very, very nice play indeed. Give credit to the O-line. Safe drive, screen pass sniffed out by Adrian Mutinga with a nice defensive play for Kofa. Kings get it back. Quarterback Zach Miller finds Ariel Bial on the short out route for a 5 to 6 yard gain. But Ridge would get it back. Christopher Valdez gets the handoff and gashes the King D for several yards. Later in the drive, Taylor gets outside and proves why he's oh so dangerous with his 15-yard run. Chains keep moving for Ridge. Then the drive capped off by this play. Taylor going once again with a power run up the gut, gets 15 yards, fights his way into the end zone. Ridge up 6-0. Kofa gets it back. Miller connects with Bial. Bial with a fantastic catch close to the ground, but Ridge would strike again. This time Taylor going up top to Sean Green. Yeah! Back of the end zone, 13-0 Hawks, but Kofa would storm back in the second half and would proceed to blow up. For the first time since 2009, the Kings take down Gila Ridge 30-20.
Big game there. Well, the Imperial Tigers are trying to improve on an 0-5 start from last season. This year is not the best start for them. Amazingly, the IVL champs are still winless, so how would tonight go? Well, the Tigers would be hosting Valley Center at beautiful Shiamoto Simpson Field. Wide Rodriguez takes this pass. He's going to go back to Raymond Beeman, and it's a tip drill. But Beeman would come down with the catch, just one of several catches for him on the night. Rodriguez with another throw here. He would go for Beeman in the end zone, but it wouldn't be there. The ball would go incomplete. Valley Center on the ball here with the rushing, but it's a fumble! Coughing it up. Imperial back on the ball here. Excuse me, a short throw to Beeman would pick up some good yardage for the Imperial Tigers. They would be going back and forth to that short passing game all night, as you'll see again here. Bad offensive play. Rodriguez needs to get rid of the ball there, and Valley Center would come down with the sack. Another short throw here goes over to Santiago De La Torre, and he would pick up the first down. Imperial Tigers would have good success tonight with that short passing game, but it wouldn't be enough. As you see here, the Imperial field goal, a little more mustard there, kid. Valley Center 34, Imperial 31.
Moving over to Imperial Valley's west side, the Holtville Vikings look to keep their winning ways going against Classical Academy. Classical with the ball. The pass outside is all for naught because of a nice stick by the Vikings defender. Yeah! Vikes get the possession. Anthony Castro passes the rock to Adam Montes, who gets a pretty decent game there. And then Classical trying the run game, but Bryce Bolin in position for the stick and stop. Yeah, son. Vikes get it back. Anthony Castro rolls out, goes deep for Bolin, who gets the nice 40-yard play. Vikings in business. How would this one go? Holtville for the screen pass, but Bolin swallowed up unfortunately. And unfortunately, the Vikes' lead also gets swallowed up. They go down in heartache, 24-21.
Tell you what, though, Vikings are looking good on that one.
Indeed.
Well, tonight's highlights may be in the books. We still have plenty of goodies left in the cupboard, including our FNL scoreboard and helmet props.
We're also itching to give out our Jack in the Box Play of the Week. Keep it here.
You're watching Friday Night Lights on KYNA.
Now, back to more Friday Night Lights, sponsored by Jack in the Box.
Welcome back, everybody. Just in case you missed out on part of tonight's program, we're going to take the liberty of getting you all caught up with tonight's results.
That's right, Rob. And courtesy of our FNL scoreboard, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these scores from tonight. Let's start off with Southwest just crushing Yuma. Eagles are rolling real hard right now. Gila Ridge falls to Kofa. Raw.
That is just an amazing comeback by Kofa. They were down 13-0 at the half, and then they won 36-6 in the second half. It's how you finish, Alex, not necessarily how you start.
No, you're so smart, Rob. And moving on, Holtville 21, Classville Academy 24. We just saw the highlights just a second ago. Holtville looked great. Sad loss for them here. River Valley falls to Yuma Catholic. Rob, what are the Rocks looking like right now?
You know what? I mean, they're trying to find their own identity. I mean, they have the talent. We all know that. They're always skilled. They just got to find their rhythm as a team, and tonight, you know, that's that first step.
Absolutely. Let's see how the Rocks do moving on. Now our second scoreboard of the night, Central 3 over San Diego 0, which is basically a one-run baseball game. And Calexico beats Parker. What do you think of Calexico?
That's amazing. I mean, they go off of not even getting one win, and they're unbeaten this year. What a turnaround by those guys. Wow.
Absolutely. Calipatria getting the 27-9 win over Army-Navy. Great job by the Hornets there. And Vincent Memorial beats San Ysidro. Rob, what do you think?
Well, Vincent, you know, up and down this year. They'll get a win one weekend and a loss the next, sort of Jekyll and Hyde, and Jekyll showed up today.
There it is. And let's look at another page of our scores. Valley Center falls to Imperial. Imperial yet to crack the win column this season, but I know they will. And a big one here, San Pasqual gets a win over Valley Lutheran. Congratulations to the Warriors there. Harvest Prep beats Arizona Compass. Santan beats Antelope. Tough there, Antelope. Just a wonderful program.
They are, and we're rooting for them to get a win somewhere along the way. Hopefully it'll be next week.
Absolutely. And as we go ahead and take a look at our final score of the night, as we brought to you our marquee matchup, Cibola hanging up 59 points on the Brawley Wildcats. A great game there.
That's an amazing feat in itself. I mean, I'd be amazed if they hung 29 points on Brawley. They did 59.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, it's time for us to give our helmet props to the player, position group, or team that we felt stood out above the rest tonight. So, Alex, with that being said, who's getting your luck?
Those Kofa Kings, Rob.
Yeah.
Those guys are playing. David Castaneda, 177 rush yards, 77 receiving yards, 3 total touchdowns. What more do you want?
Well, you know what? Here's what I want. I want a guy that'll carry the team on his back. And that's going to go to the heart and soul of the Calipatria Hornets. We're talking about running back George Rubalcaba, who willed his team to victory tonight. He had 22 rushing yards, 1 pick on defense, and to top it all off, a kick return for a touchdown. Because of him, they take it to Army-Navy tonight, giving the Hornets their second win on the season. Congratulations to them.
A jack of all trades.
Indeed. And quickly, here's what we got coming up for our next week of FNL. We got a lot of great games headlined by the classic rivalry of Yuma versus Kofa. Join us next week for FNL.
And we're going to leave you tonight with our Jack in the Box Play of the Week, courtesy from Cibola, as Curtis Wolf is going to find Mark Walton or Rob Gronkowski in the back of the end zone.
Amazing.
Great game there. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Friday Night Lights.
Have a great night, folks.